This week, what economists and experts expect of the U.S. housing market in 2023. Welcome back to the Industry Leader Update. This week, we're going to look at what you, as a reverse mortgage professional, may expect of home values in 2023. It's no longer deniable that the U.S. housing market is suffering a hangover of sorts from the extreme measures that were taken to stimulate our economy in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. The nasty side effect is creating a headache for the American home seller with fallen median sales prices, and also for consumers, as inflation is proving to be more persistent than it was claimed to be transitory. Chen Zhao, a senior manager and economist at Redfin, said during a panel discussion last Tuesday, "We had unexpected high inflation that the Fed realized was not going to go away unless they took this sledgehammer to the economy." And folks, that sledgehammer was the U.S. housing market, most notably with home values that began to fall as would-be homebuyers stepped back and stood on the sidelines with mortgage rates soaring. With reverse mortgages being heavily reliant on the home's value to make the transaction feasible or attractive to the homeowner, today we're going to look to several experts and economists for some idea of where the housing market may go this year. The bottom line is, forecasting the housing market is fraught with pitfalls, thanks to several unknown variables that are at play. We're starting to see the very early signs of sales picking back up, but at the same time, we have to be a little bit cautious because there are a number of risks, Zhao said. Inflation is still a risk, mortgage rates are another source of risk, and then there are recession fears. It won't be anything like 2008, but it's still a risk. If Redfin's recent stock plunge is any indicator, the housing market's outlook in 2023 may be pessimistic. The company's stock fell by 15% in intraday trading last Wednesday after Needham analyst Burnham McTiernan slashed his 2023 outlook for the housing market. McTiernan forecasts that home sales will drop by 18% year over year in 2023 instead of his earlier projection of a 10% decline. Worsening macro conditions could put our estimates to the test and worsen the affordability issues while housing supplies remain tight, said McTiernan. However, according to a recent column in Business Insider, Goldman Sachs believes that the worst days of the housing market may be behind us. Bank strategists believe that easing mortgage rates will help the market find its bottom within 6 months. The sharpest declines for the U.S. housing market are now behind us, a team led by Goldman Sachs chief economist Jan Hazes said in a research note. However, many are dubious of such claims, having heard the same projections or forecasts as home values continue to fall at an unprecedented rate. Now, Goldman notes that in November, the 30-year mortgage rate peaked at 7.24%, but has since fallen by nearly 1%. Goldman Sachs analysts expect that Austin, San Francisco, San Diego, Phoenix, and Denver will experience the steepest price declines of at least 10% from their previous peaks. And one of the linchpins of future home values are mortgage rates. Lawrence Yun, the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, believes that mortgage rates have already seen their peak. Now, he expects that the average 30-year U.S. mortgage rate will hover around 6% and then perhaps drop lower later in 2023. His forecast nearly echoes the projected trajectory of the 10-year constant maturity Treasury rate, to which we know the HECM expected rate is key. Forecasters expect that the 10-year CMT will peak by August 2023. For more details, listen to today's latest episode of our podcast, HECM World Weekly. Now, what are your thoughts? Leave your comments in the comment section below where you think the U.S. housing market will go in 2023. I think it's somewhere between a bullish outlook and a pessimistic one. Let's see what you have to say. And don't forget, if you would be so kind as to share this episode, you can do that on your LinkedIn and Facebook profiles. And we have a YouTube channel. We'd ask you to hit the subscribe button and smash that like if you enjoyed the effort that we put into today's episode. And each and every week, you can catch your latest reverse mortgage news, commentary, or analysis on the nation's only weekly podcast for the reverse mortgage professional, HECM World Weekly. Apple users can listen and subscribe on iTunes. That's it for us. Have a great week. And until then, happy originating.